Oh my god, I can't take myself seriously in this. Oh my god. So, hi, it's Sweetie again. I recently got my wisdom teeth and my 12 years molars out, so it's like really hard to talk. Anyways, I'm still making this video. Yeah, anyways, I'm sorry I haven't made a video this week. It's just that I had to prepare for getting these out. When they put me under, when I first woke up from making this, my god, I look ridiculous. When I first woke up, I was acting really, really loopy. Anyways, I'm writing a story. I guess I should explain why I'm just like this first. So, a little while ago, I was really, really, unsatisfied with my hair since it was down, so I decided to put it into a ponytail. And after that, I kind of found this, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this like says fight or ninja on it. I don't know, but I saw some people wear it in manga, so I thought I could wear this, and obviously I wanted to wear my kimonos with it. So anyways, let's see. That's the rack. Okay, let's start with reading my story. Let's have some beautiful music in the background. When I woke up, I was in an unfamiliar but look short. This is going to be a really hilarious episode. You're probably just laughing on the way I look right now, and I don't really care. I just wanted to look weird. I'm a very unique person. When I woke up, I was in an unfamiliar but luxurious bedroom. All I remember was that someone knocked me unconscious and kidnapped me. My mom must be so worried. I looked to the side and screamed. There is an angel right in front of me. He said, don't be alarmed, Crystal. I am the great angel Michelle. I've come here to tell you that you're magic and that you're an elf slash fairy. What he all just said to me was all so confusing. So I screamed and ran into the bathroom. It was true, there were pointed ears, but no wings. How can I be a fairy with no wings? I walked back in the bedroom with awe. Michelle was not there. Instead I saw a knight. I unconsciously said, what are you doing here? He said, this song does not work. Yep. What are you doing here? Back. He said back. I'm the great knight James. I'm here to inform you that you're meeting the queen in 10 minutes. Queen? What? Where am I? I I went to the balcony. An unfamiliar but beautiful land stood before me. Half, it smelled like roses. Half of it was stained with pitch black darkness, though. I decided to go and meet whoever the queen was. When I got down there, I heard it sounded like that guy James, and wait, it sounds like my mom, too. They were carrying on the conversation. It started with James. I can't take that insolent little girl with me. James, she's not an insolent little girl. She's my daughter. She's 16 and she's old enough to go on a quest. Yeah, I know, but it looks like all she cares about is her looks. And that sentence made me mad, I furiously grabbed the sword next to me, barged in the room, and slammed him against the wall, the sword barely touching his neck. I am not an insolent little brat, I screamed, and I also don't even care about my looks. Why do you say that? Well, it's because that long brown hair looks like you dyed it yesterday and those eyelashes look fake. But I dare say you look like the most beautiful girl in the world. I blushed so much. I felt like my body was on fire. Well, I'm not like this. I'm not this. Is this is all natural. Did I just stutter? I never stutter. I let go of the sword and went to my mom. I heard barging at the door. I looked behind me and suddenly a huge wave of black, scary creatures ran through. My mom started yelling, "Run, Crystal, run!" I couldn't, I just couldn't leave my mom and everybody. James wasn't even helping. He's just standing there looking stuck to the wall. Suddenly I felt someone behind me and I saw a dark, sharp, and scary blade at my neck. I heard the voice behind say, "Oh, hello, who is this beautiful little lady? Her name, her name is Crystal, I presume." "Yes, that's my daughter. Let go of her." "Oh, your daughter." I decided. She's going to be my wife. What? I can't marry anyone yet. I'm too young. And I don't even know him. For my first line of defense, I thrust my elbow into his gut to break free. When I got out of his grasp, I suddenly started floating upwards. I looked behind me. There were fluttering wings. I was flying. I decided to try and use my magic. I looked over to James to find that he was actually stuck to the wall by those shadow monsters, and I realized he was mouthing help. I pointed my finger at him, channeled all my energy into it, and suddenly a zap shot out of it. The zap was quickly inching towards the black creature. The zap finally hit them and he was free. He started running towards that guy screaming, "You can't take my fiance, Dusk. She's mine." "Oh, so his name is Dusk. Wait, I'm engaged to James? When did this happen?" I just remembered. I forgot about my mom. I looked over to where my mom was, but she wasn't there. I started freaking out. I tried yelling at James, but he wasn't listening. He was just carrying on the conversation with Dusk. "Oh, so she's your little fiance, Jamie boy? Well, not for long. Dusk, I'm not letting you do the same thing. Remember what happened the last time?" "Yes, yes, I remembered. I was so jealous of you, so I killed—" That's all I heard. The clashing of the blades got louder. Suddenly, Dusk jumped backwards, first looked at the window, and then looked at me, and then he looked at his watch, and said, "Oh well, time for tea. Ta-ta, my dear. I'll pick you up later." Then suddenly he just disappeared. He asked me what was wrong. I couldn't tell him. I was crying too much. All I did was point to the chair. He hugged me even more tightly, and then I asked, "Were you telling the truth when you said I was your fiance?" "Wait, you heard that?" "Yes," I nodded. "Well, this might be embarrassing, but I've always loved you. Don't you remember we always used to play in the rose maze?" He said in a soft voice. "No, I'm sorry, I don't remember anything ever since my concussion 9 years ago." He looked, he, he, he looked at me, eyes tearing up. He was hugging me so tightly. He was crying for a minute and backed away and said, "Crystal, my liege, I will save your mom and make you remember." I was so shocked he said that. Then suddenly a flash of a memory came to me. Then were two boys bowing to me. and it looks like I'm saying, no, please don't bow, I'm normal, just like you. That flashback lasted like a minute. I think one of those boys was James. Just when the other, just James, but who's the other? I looked straight at him and remembered the argument him and my mom had. I was about to say something until he stopped crying. Why did you say those things about me to my mom? I, Mom, then, I said angrily, well, I just didn't want you to come on the quest with me. He replied, why? I said, because, he sighed, because I didn't want you to get hurt. He yelled and then stormed out of the room. I tried to follow him, but he was too fast. I think he's really frustrated about this. I don't get why he's really mad. I just asked why. It must be the stress built up inside. After a while of walking around trying to find him, I got a butler to show me where my bedroom so I can go to sleep. The next day I woke up to nothing. I was still in the castle, but it was still and quiet like someone just died. I could hear the mines whispering about me and my mom. Maze. I kept on walking without realizing where I was walking. Suddenly I stopped walking to see James in the courtyard. He was staring at some picture with these people in it. It looked like me, him, and us were in it. He was staring at it and he suddenly started crying. It hurt me to see him like that, so I ran out and kissed him. He looked surprised, and then when I decided I'm going, then I, and that's when I decided I'm going on a quest. This is going to be a start of a new relationship and life.